Hey, welcome back to Black Flag Garage. Well, I told you we was going to work on the Mustang, or get started on it. Well, first thing we got to do is get it rolling. It still has the original turbine wheels on it, which I never cared for. I had an old set of pony wheels I wanted to put on it, but they are in horrible shape. So, how do you go from this to this? And do it on a budget. You can do all four wheels for around, well, here about $60 is what I've got in all the materials to do all of them. So, you want to know how to refinish your pony wheels? Come on, let's get into it. Alright, now let's wash these things up. Get you a couple of these green scrub pads from the dollar store. Now that the wheels are dry, let's take a DA with 180 on the interface pad so we don't, because you got these rounded parts right here in the spokes. We don't want to put flat spots in them. So let's get the old paint off of them, or get what we can. Go some 180 by hand, just to make sure that we get down in the nooks and crannies. Now mix up a little JB weld. I know some people will use just body filler, but I think JB weld will, well, I mean, it's tougher and it adheres better. But mix some up and go around, fill these places in. And then we'll let it dry overnight and we'll sand it off tomorrow. Alright, hopefully you can hear me because I got a fan going out here because it's early in the morning and it's already hotter than the hinges of hell. But now that this JB weld set up, we're going to take a flat file and just be light because you don't want to cut the aluminum too much. So we're going to knock this JB weld down. What we're going to do is after you get it knocked down pretty good, take a piece of 80 grit. Now take your piece of 180, I'm just using the same one I used before, and go around it where you sanded with the 80 grit, just to get some of the sand scratches out. Now then, y'all know me, I like my epoxy primers, because they stick very well to aluminum and well, really anything. And once they're on there, you can spray anything you want over them. They won't wrinkle. And they offer better chip protection, and if you do chip a place down to the metal, well, which you don't have to worry about aluminum rusting, but even on steel, it basically contains that rock chip to wherever it's chipped at, and the rust, it can't spread underneath it. This here is a Auto Bond. I picked it up from my local paint jobber. I've seen it online also for sale. It mixes 1-to-1. So whatever you use, make sure that you mix it according to whatever that manufacturer calls for. I'm using white because it's generally better to use a light color underneath the silver that we're going to spray on there, because believe it or not, it can change the color. And there we go. She's covered in epoxy, so we're going to let it sit here in the sun and cook for a little bit. Alright, now that this epoxy's kicked off, I'm going to take some 180. Let's go around lightly sand. Now I got a piece of 500 grit, and we're going to go around it again by hand with some 500. Now, here's the key to doing this. I mean, I don't like the spray can wheel paint. I mean, you can spray it on there and wipe it off with gas. It's
not durable, it's not hard. I mean, it matches pretty good. I'm not saying that, but it's not, it's just not good. I mean, if you're doing a car lot resale or something, yeah, it's alright, but for your own personal use, do it this way. This is base coat. And you can see there, that's actually just on the stick. That's a pretty dang good match with the original finish on them. Now, this is, trying to find the paint code. PPG's code is 33902. That's actually a Dodge Silver. But what we're going to do, take this base coat and add hardener to it. That way you'll get the matte finish. Well, I shouldn't say matte, but semi-gloss finish, and it'll be durable. Now, here's where you got to be careful. It takes 1 ounce of hardener per sprayable quart of paint. So you would add 1 ounce after you've already poured your paint and reducer in. It doesn't take much. Okay, the more hardener you add, the glossier the finish is. So you got to be careful doing that too. If you add too much, it's going to end up shiny just like you'd use, regular paint. So let's see. This mix is 2 to 1. And never pour over your label. I've seen people do that and that irritates me. Okay, 2 to 1. Flash reducer. Because a 2 to 1, it won't take much. I may have to come back and mix up a little bit more, I don't know. Just have to see how it covers. Now, I'm not mixing a full quart because I'm not doing all 4 wheels at one time. Yeah, I better. Well, no, I better. Now then, I'm not adding an ounce. I'm just adding a splash. Kind of like cooking, just a splash. There. Now let's work on the center cap. First, let's put some masking tape over the pony. We don't want to scuff our pony. Kind of take your fingernail and push it down the best you can. And then what I like to use is an X-Acto knife. I think it's a little bit easier than a razor blade. Now you know the drill. Start sanding. Which I've got some, this is some 150 grit here. No particular reason, you can use 180 just fine. I just grabbed this because I had it on the roll. So, I'm going to sand for a bit. I'll check back in with you here in a little bit. Now, guess what? We start sanding again, this time with 500. Just to get those 150 or 180, whatever you use, sand scratches out. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to put a little Bulldog adhesion promoter on this. Because sometimes stuff don't stick real good to plastic. That's it. Now let's shoot our epoxy on it just like we did before on the rim. Turn the air down a little bit. Now you can see there were some cracks in that plastic when I started spraying this, but we'll spray this on there and then we'll let it set up, and then we'll go back and sand it again. The cracks should disappear. So I'll let this kick off for a few minutes and I'll come back and put another coat on it. Now I just got some, this is just a spray bottle with a Dawn dish soap and water in it. That's all it is, just to help the sandpaper slide a little bit better. Now mix your paint up the exact same ways we did on the rim, and start shooting. Now, let that dry. And the thing is, if there's a little spot of dirt or something in it, whatever, it don't matter. Because once this flashes off, or kicks off, you can scuff it and reshoot it, and this stuff dries in no time. Now here's a little handy little tip for you. When spraying metallics, okay, let's say you spray this way. Okay, the next time you go to put a coat on, spray this way. And then the next time, say, go that way. That way you don't end up with tiger stripes or clouds in your paint. That's what causes a lot of your tiger stripes and stuff, is people always painting in the same direction when they paint metallics. Don't do that. Alright, let's pull this tape off. Which I still need to clean the pony. Take a Q-tip and a toothbrush and do that, but there we go.
Well, there it is. That's how you refinish a set of pony wheels on a budget. I mean, they look pretty dang good to me. And that's a whole lot better finish than the Duplicolor rattle cans. And honestly, if you bought, you'd have to have at least 4 or 5 cans of the rattle can. It'd probably cost you the same as it would doing it the way I just showed you. So, I hope this helps some of you. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I got my dog food again. So stay tuned. I'll be back with another one. See you.